once again, folks. Welcome to another Train Sim Classic video. North American content is not dead yet, thankfully. This was re-released, the Amtrak ACS-64 EP by CTS Railfan and Gang. A couple other people contributed to the pack. This was initially available back, I think, in 2021, and it was updated and obviously re-released, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at here today. So currently all you need is the Amfleet 1 enhancement pack, which to be able to procure that, you're going to need the Repo E60, which came with those very lovely Amfleet 1s. So you'll need that. Of course, the mod itself is free. And then, of course, the Northeast Corridor, New York, New Haven, which contains the locomotive that this is based upon. And boy, is it different. Now, no lie, no cap, FRFR. I didn't take a look at this thing initially. I don't know why. It just flew under the radar. So I'm looking at it essentially for the first time today, but a lot has been updated since its original release. But anyway, just two things you're going to need. Easy install. You literally slap the asset folder in your Railworks folder. You're done. Bob's your uncle. All right, let's go take a look. Here they are. The one on the left is the new one. The one on the right is the original New York, New Haven ACS-64, which was also included in the Washington-Baltimore route, which we're currently sat on. And I still very much like this route. If I'm doing anything Northeastern American electric locomotive operation, I'm on Washington, Baltimore. Regional service, mainly, of course. Anyway, we're going to do a rundown real quick, and then we'll go through it physically, I guess you could say, as far as the features. But all new horn audio with 3 samples, new bell and broken bell variants, new traction motor audio, new traction motor blower, dynamic, which is based upon speed and situation, of course, as well as transformer blower sounds based on speed and situations, i.e. dynamic as well. New traction motor blower relay with 10 random samples. New idle sound, which you can obviously hear here. New compressor sound, cab control audio, radio audio, running sounds, joint audio, and flange audio. Now you can change the horn audio on the fly, which we'll go over here in just a minute, as long along with the bells, along. Just killing it here right now, along with the bells. Inverter power change on the fly, 12 kilovolt to 25 kilovolt, of course. New updated textures, which we'll look at here in due time. New cab interior objects and correct control notching. Preloaded consists with Amfleets, which I got on the back of the one on the left, the new one. And new scripting was provided. Alright then, people, first things first, exterior. So, overall, just way better coloring, as you can see from the actual texture on the locomotive itself. It's got a kind of a little bit of weird artifacting going on, if you can see in like the light shine. But overall, the blue is more akin to the actual Amtrak. Was a Phase 4 blue, which looked a lot better than whatever blue that was. I mean, they kind of got the logo right, and this is the original here that I'm referring to. But the blue, all over the locomotive did not look right. And the red, along the sill in the front was kind of faded as well, which has been touched up and just pops a lot more and just looks a lot more spicy. I mean, overall, it's amazing what just updating some color and textures to a locomotive and Train Sim Classic can do. And it has did in this case here. Not only that, but we got the Siemens Mobility logos added, so they are not on the original locomotive. They are on this one with the appropriate logo, as well as the axle or bearings down there as well, which you can see. Now, I noticed this one's reversed. I don't know if that's how it is in real life, honestly. I wouldn't think it is. It's probably just a limitation to the game itself in the mod, or the model overall. I'm not totally sure. The pinch point on the driver ingress and egress has been updated. This is just kind of white, just really sun-faded look, and this is more like an appropriate yellow. yellow, so that looks a lot better. Just overall, looks a lot better. One of the other things that was updated is the lighting. So on this one, it kind of emits that old school flare, which didn't look horrible, to be honest, compared to some other flares. But the new one does not have it. It's just, you know, regular, very nice, new locomotive lighting hotness. Go ahead and click on it. Oh yeah, boy. We'll get those lights on now. There we go. Turn the ditch lights on here in a second. As you can see, it's just like a new lighting texture overall. It just looks more natural. You know, it doesn't have that crazy kind of flare to it. Let's see. We'll go ahead and click on this one so you can see. Yeah, there you go. So again, these didn't look terrible. It's just kind of muddy and low res looking, but they had that kind of flare to it. And what's weird is the flare was only on one of the lenses. So you can obviously see the one on the right had the flare. So it's just a bit funky. So that pretty much covers the exterior as far as I can tell. We'll go ahead and hop in the OG, triple OG, the default one here, and just take a quick peek. Mental memory. And then we'll hop over in this one, take a quick peek. Oh yes, very nice. So not only the MFD on the left is lit appropriately, it also has the Siemens logo on there as well. So you got all kinds of sounds, hearing sounds. Oh damn, son. Okay. Very cool. We got the plaque down here on the brake stand. That is not in the default locomotive to the left. What else? What else? The lights overall just look a bit more light-like. They have actual color to them on the signal aspect display up there for the safety system. So that really stands out. The original, it does not. So to speak, and it's just better coloring, I think, and overall texturing inside as well, just cleaned up a lot more, which is very nice. All right, so let's go outside and start fidgeting around with what all this thing has to offer within this pack. Firstly, I'm going to get rid of the default one over here, just so it doesn't kind of muddle with the noise for the new one. So we have escaped from the other one just so there's no conflicting sound, but this of course is the Amtrak ACS-64, the modern workhorse essentially for Amtrak and its Northeast Corridor system. Now the ACS-64 was built by Siemens Mobility beginning at about 2012, and I think they finally took delivery in 2014 or 2016, I can't quite remember the exact date or year. But it was loosely based upon the Euro Sprinter, and Vectron made compliant to American standards as far as weight and things like that, with a max power of 6,400 kilowatts or 8,600 horsepower thereabouts, weighing in at, I want to say it was right around 215,000 pounds, so it's much heavier as well. And of course drawing its power from overhead line equipment via pantograph, featuring 3-phase AC traction motors capable of 125 mile-an-hour service speed, although is capable of 135, probably a lot faster as well. Right, the bread and butter of the pack, sounds, and there's a ton of them. First things first, naturally, the Huron. Let's hear those glorious bells. The first sample. It's a very good sound. It's way better than the default sound. That is for abso-damn-lutely certain. There is a bit of a loop in there, and you can hear kind of like that pop or like a sound. It's in there, but it's, you know, it's not over the top. I do use earbuds and I shove them way deep down to where they're touching my smooth brain. But it sounds pretty good. It sounds way better than default, that's for damn sure. Especially if you give it just a couple of love taps. Here's the low, or the quill. both sound really nice. Okay. And so to shift them up, you've got to do, I'm looking at the kind of manual on the download page here, which I'll link down below as usual if you want to go and find this thing for yourself. What is it? Control space? Let's see. Control space. Oh, yeah. Now that one probably sounds the cleanest to me. I feel like it could be a bit louder, but it definitely sounds the cleanest, the tidiest. And then to go back, I think it's Control Shift K. Or space, I mean. We'll get it. There it is. Yeah, you got to get the keybinds just right. So the bell, as well, the bell switcher is Control B, or Shift Control B. Oh, that sounds good. So that's like the busted bell, essentially, busted E-bell. Let's see, try and get back to the original. Yeah, sometimes you got to do it several times to get it to go back to the default. But you can change that on the fly, which is pretty damn cool. Let's go ahead and throw this thing forwards. We'll hop inside. Very nice sounds right out of the gate inside the interior. Let's throw the ditch lights to on. Yeah, it does look a lot more clean in here for sure. Let's check that bell inside too. Oh my god, this sounds way better. It's, you know, it's shocking sometimes with some of these mods, like this is Train Sim Classic. Okay, very cool. Alright, it is forward. We'll do a acceleration test, exterior, to listen to everything, and then we'll do it interior as well. But while we're in here, let's go ahead and wipe the brakes off. Oh yes, compressor. Oh, that sounds good, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, very nice. Status new. Let's go outside. All right, we creeping on that block. All right, here we go. And so this has got new notching as well. So it's not, before you could put it on like 27% throttle, which was kind of dumb. It's got appropriate notching now as well. There's the first notch, or 10%. We're just gonna work through the notches, and I'm gonna keep my trap shut here for a second, guys. But oh my god, that sounds good. Okay, I'm done. Notch 2. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Fight. Six. Seven. 9 in max power. Well, that sounds pretty damn spicy. That is a hot tamale. All right, let's break. There's suppression. We'll do full service. Now, I don't know if anything physics-wise was done to this. I didn't see anything to note such a thing being done, but it does feel pretty good. Mind you, these trains are pretty light. It's all about acceleration with American passenger stuff, naturally, as with a lot of passenger stuff all over the world anyway, for that matter, but it feels pretty good brake-wise and acceleration-wise. I don't know if it's just because of the AM fleets, which were very, very fantastic coaches. You could hear a little kind of metallic slack there at the end. That was very nice. All right, let's hop in and do the same damn thing. Oh, you can change the HVAC as well. I totally forgot, guys. Control K. I didn't have it on. Everybody was sweating their nards off in the back. We'll leave it off, though, for the time being, so we can hear things happening. All right. Release dim brakes. Let's keep an eye on the gouaches as well. And let's turn on the... Oh, I had it cut out. Crap. All right, now they're in. Now, this is just a free roam, so I'm not going to have any adverse signals, sadly. All right, let's get it. Ooh. The control sounds, those are nice and new. It sounds pretty thick. Campbell's Chunky Soup thick. All right, 20%. We are seeing effort and KLBs. 30%. Hearing a bit of rattling, very nice. Makes the interior sound more organic. I don't know, you know, I've never been in one of these, obviously. I'm sure not many of you have. Those that have, congratulations. You know, I don't know that they'd rattle so much. They're still fairly new and fairly heavy locomotives. Sure, they're getting older, a bit older, but I'd say maybe like tone down the rattle a bit till you're at you know, max speed pretty much. Add another notch. That's 60%. 70. 80. 100 minus 10. And 90 plus 10. Alright, that's max power. What else do we have here? Let's see. I'm looking over. We did the horn. We did the bell switcher. HVAC, we did that. Now, there's something called Star Spangled Banner. And it says Shift K. Now, I'm hitting that, and I can hear a button, but I don't hear anything. So that stinks. I don't know if I'm not quite doing it right, but it's also the radio pedal, so you can hold that down basically and talk and let go. That is the U key. Get that little squelch. Then there's Shift U, which just does like the tone or test. And then the radio is Control U. That's very nice. You can actually hear chatter on the channel. Alright, we're just testing it here. We're testing it. suppression. Alright, so it is adhering to track speed on Washington, Baltimore. It just went back up to 25, so that is very Chad. Nice work. And these run sounds in here sound pretty damn good. It's not just, you know, it's not just blower sound, you know, like some of these electric locomotives, especially in train simulator or train sim based games, it's just blower. It's like all you hear. Blower, I hardly know her. I had to do it. But yeah, a lot of you guys probably understand the whole nothing but blower sound. About to pass New Carrollton. Let's see, so the radio's on. Let's see if we do anything like it'll make the radio kind of perk up. The interior bell sounds good, though I feel like it's a touch loud. But like the sample, that sound sample is really damn spicy. That sounds really, really nice. This is epic. I am much excited like Borat for this thing because I'm not that big into passenger stuff to begin with. But hell, when we got something to run on something as nice as some of the stuff that we have in Train Sim Classic, hell yeah. You know, plus there hadn't been a whole lot coming out for Train Sim Classic. So this, it's a nice surprise that it's back. ACS be back in correction. $110. $115. That was just making sure we were awake. All right, we're trying to see if it checks us here. Hopefully we can get to 125. Oh, and there's a new view as well. So the nose of the train, that's always cool. $125. $126. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, this brake sounds so good. All right, let's check the dynamics now. Man, this thing is spicy. What a friggin' pack. I cannot believe I didn't look at this thing in 2021. Dynamics seem to be working. They don't seem overpowered or underpowered. I do love that transitional sound from, like, you know, high speed and the wind rushing against the locomotive. This thing feels nice to drive, and the sound, and it's just kind of bouncing around, and wow. What an excellent, excellent mod. So there's also TAMS that was added. TAMS is Train Approach Message System, which it has those sounds. You can change the voice between a male voice and a female voice. Let's see, the radio is on. Control U is the conductor. Let's see, and then Control Shift U is the defect detector.
Amtrak, milepost XXX, point X, track X, no defects, temperature XX degrees, detector out.
Very cool. So I don't know if you can actually script that in a manner to say certain things, or if it's part of the Open NEC Facebook group thingamabob. But it's cool that most of the audio is there and correct. slow all the way down here.
Train approaching. Please remain behind the yellow safety strip.
There we go. So that's the audio.
Train approaching. Please remain behind the yellow safety strip. Train approaching. Please remain behind.
That's the Tams. How badass is that, man? This
Train
pack
approaching. Please remain behind the yellow line.
is sick. This pack is absolutely sick, guys. I'm sure there's a lot more, as usual, as per usual, that I didn't touch on, that I probably just outright missed. But hot damn, I'm gonna be using this thing quite a bit here in the next couple of days, in the very least. But I'll link down below where you can go and find this thing. You just need a couple of things to get it working. And, you know, it brings North American passenger, you know, modern passenger stuff up a peg. And hell yeah, we've been, you know, we got the new AM7, the E60, the AM fleets. This thing, Amtrak is looking good in Train Sim Classic. Anyway, guys, that is it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.